Hey everybody, this is Grace, and we just went and ate here, and I had wanted to go somewhere else, and I don't even remember the name of the place, but Adam wanted to have a hamburger instead. They make really good hamburgers, this place. It's yeah, you can see the sign. They make really good hamburgers. They have I don't know how many locations, but it's not like a real big chain as far as I know. But anyway, it says it has been a Collin County tradition since 1973. Okay, it's Collin County then. Anyway, we're out here in Murphy, Wiley, Texas. We went to Wiley, Murphy. They're real close together. I mean, they are together. You know what I'm saying. They border one another. And I used to deliver out here. I say used to because it's been a while. And with my health and everything. And I want to start doing it again. But the problem I have is anything where I have to step up. Like a curb. Seriously. You know, when you step up to go to a restaurant, sometimes they don't have a place where you just walk up. And that's a problem for me. And when did this start? I'm serious. Yeah, I'm making this video, but I'm hearing noises. I just went back and listened to it. I could hear noises in the background. I was not making any noise. So, and it also, it made the way I spoke, not the way I spoke, the sound of my voice sounded a little off. And you could see there was also visual issues. So I don't know. But anyway, what was I talking about? Anytime I do this, you know, Adam's outside, well, I don't know where he went now, smoking a cigarette. Anytime that I try to do a video while he's out smoking a cigarette, something will happen and it'll mess it all up. And yeah, I don't get much spoken. But anyway, I was talking about this. It's actually a hip thing, a hip issue, from that hip all the way down. Some I think would call it something like sciatic. I've yet to have any professional say what it is, and I was supposed to go to a radiology, but they don't explain what's going to go on really enough. You know, with anything these days. I just get told, go do this. Well, what is this? How does it work? What am I supposed to do, what am I not? You know, they might say things like, you know, don't eat or drink anything, something like that, you know, but one of them, it was supposed to be something for the heart, and I was supposed to take 2 pills, and the doctor didn't tell me that the first time. Luckily I had canceled that first one, and whenever I called for the next one, he ordered pills. He's forgetting stuff, so I don't want to see him anymore. I see his I'm going to finally see his nurse. I didn't know he had a nurse that was practicing, so I'll see the nurse. I don't want to see him again. He was too aggressive. He's older than I am and forgetting things. I had a nurse. Just had 2 nurses so far. 2 nurses. I mean, imagine it. Within, say, the past 10 years, maybe. One she was a nurse practitioner, and the other one was a nurse in a hospital, ER. And big time forgetting things. Big time. Both of them retired, like, real fast. Yeah. And because one of them, she was having major troubles adding. Yeah, like how many pills would be for 90 days. And it was a clinic, and they didn't have a doctor right then. And the other nurse was young. She was younger a little bit. Well, maybe the same age. She was going back and correcting things for that woman. But she finally retired. I'm glad. I really liked her. I did really like her, but she was messing up bad. And then this other nurse, and then now a specialist even. But nope, you say something and they're going to write it up. This is what happened to me. I'm not saying that it would happen to everybody, but I said something about one of them, and it was written in my, what do you call it? I didn't even know they had that. It wasn't the doctor's notes or the exit, discharge papers or visit papers or whatever they call it, but a little letter saying that I was a problem because it was my third time to not like my physician, and that it was causing problems for them to diagnose me anymore. Wrong. Something stupid like that. So, okay, hey everybody, I'm back here. It's 5:45 p.m. My SUV says it's 61 degrees, and it's February 23rd, 2026. And it started it while we were out today. We did a few things. I don't know where I left off, but I think I was talking about one of the reasons, well, the main reason we were out there was because I wanted to go to Murphy Wiley and see what it would. I used to do the delivery stuff. And I think I said the reason I said it was I used to do it because I haven't been able to work as much for a while. So, and I'm going to get back to doing that. But I have hurt somehow my left. I don't know what's going on with it. I was supposed to go to something radiology or something, and then I canceled that because I have so much going on with my health right now. I want to focus. Okay. And one of the things I'm waiting on is somebody to call me back. She called me last week. It's from the pharmaceutical company because I'm waiting on a medication that's for my rare health condition, which I don't mention what it is. I used to, but I stopped. And people started trying to say that they had it so they could grift over it. Seriously, so they could grift online, make videos, and make money from grifting over what I actually have suffered from since I was a child. These low life, those. And so I don't mention it anymore. And it isn't really about them that I'm not mentioning it. It's other things, but that's a good enough reason too, because I started seeing that happening. And the ones that since then are just trying to guess what it is. Anyway, he's so pathetic. It's so pathetic people do that. Man. But anyway, so since I'm waiting on that medication, finally it's going to be medicated. And it's not going to be a miracle worker. The doctor, he basically, when I saw him a couple weeks ago, has it been 2 weeks already? He said that he couldn't guarantee that it would change everything because only surgery would do that. And and they don't want to do surgery and because of my age. Well, he had originally said because of my age, and then but other doctors had said because it's too risky where it's located. Then he turned around. This one first said it's my age. Then he said it was because they don't know what is actually causing the problem, which one. I'm leaving out what it is, but whatever, I just want to get the medication, and once I get the medication that's supposed to change some things for me that I've had trouble with, it's still supposed to work and change some things. I mean, not totally like it would if I had the surgery, but it's still going to change some things. And I can't have other doctors, I've learned last year, too much going on, no. I can't have all these other doctors saying, well, we want to change this medication. We want, because, they want the money themselves. So all the doctor visits and everything. It's all about the test, and procedures. We want more and more and more. We want more. And if not, we're not going to give you the medication you need. It's pathetic. It's pretty pathetic. It really is. Really it is. I've become, but I do know that it's not all doctors. At least I hope that not all doctors are like that. I just hope that it's, I mean, if anything, that I just have the worst luck so far. I don't believe in luck, by the way, but yeah, but I've just managed to somehow, some way run across the worst of the worst in some of them. And but I'm hoping now that I've gone back to this other doctor that I had before, maybe she can get me some help, like another thing, the reason why we were out, is rehab. Okay. Here we go, not rehab. I always get rehab and physical therapy mixed up. I really do. I was supposed to do a kind of physical rehab, and that was so suspicious. It was very suspicious, and it was through the insurance company. And the last time it was so suspicious was because they called and said that I would need, that I have a deductible, and they would need that. And then I kind of interrupted the woman, and I said, this was the second person on that one call. And I said, no, I know how to pay through the portal. And she tried talking over me. She kept talking over me. She was acting like real nervous, like she was on major energy drinks. Real nervous and everything. Then she said, what, do you want to talk to my manager? With that voice. And I said, that'd be great. That was not great. The manager was just as bad. She said, I said, why are y'all calling me in the first place? You know you're not supposed to call. Everything's supposed to go through the portal. And she says, well, it says that the patient prefers, and she used that voice, prefers. When I say anything like that, that's that voice that they have. It's like a mixture of, sometimes it's a mixture of like Valley Girl. This is Texas. And like what they think is royalty or British or rich, wealthy in Texas. When I was a career student at university, both undergraduate and graduate, I did some things like interim office management for surgeons. And if you want to talk about, oh man, and people listen to me though. But intern office management, medical billing, surgery scheduling, this kind of thing, I heard enough of that kind of talk. And I've heard it since I was a child, the attitude, because they work for doctors, all of a sudden they are this prissy, superior. That voice is so irritating. So, anyway. But back to this bit is that I want to be able to start working again. I was always feeling so much better when I was out there doing this kind of work, and I'm also planning on, if I can get myself back into some kind of shape. I don't know what I did to that. I really don't know what I did to that side, and I think it could be because I sleep on both of my sides, and whenever I started having this edema that came up, and I had to elevate my legs, and I couldn't do work that any other kind of work, any other kind of job, all of it together, plus that sudden weight gain that nobody explained except this latest doctor that's putting me on this medication. Okay, you gotta make noise, aren't you? Yep. I don't know what that thing is that they got. I hadn't seen it yet. Adam told me about it, but they make a lot of noise with it. But anyway, where was I? I got distracted. I was on a roll too. Oh my goodness. But anyway, he said that the weight gain was probably this health condition I had rearing its ugly head again. It's very rare. It's a very rare health condition. And oh my goodness, you would not believe what I've been through because of it. And most of the badness, one side of it is the healthcare providers that don't know what it is, and they want to say the same thing about everybody. Well, this is a rare health condition, and they want to say that I'm lying, even though, seriously, I've had it since I was a child, and I have proof that I have it. The first signs of it came up when I was 10 years old, and they just don't go. The stuff doesn't go away, and if they had any intelligence, they would they weren't ignorant, seriously, to this rare health condition. And most of them said they've heard of it. Obviously not much about it, and obviously don't remember. And then they insult me, the whole stigma thing. And there's no such thing as poor bedside manner. It is called abuse. It is, call it what it is, abuse. Stop giving them, oh, well, poor doctors. Poor doctors. First of all, since when are they poor? Don't believe the lies. Medical billing. Did I mention that they did medical billing? And, did I? I did a lot of that. Oh, that was my thing. And I was really good at it, fighting insurance companies and making them pay the patient's bills. Ooh, I was really good at it. I loved workers' comp, too. Getting workers' comp to pay instead of making the patients pay. Big time. Really good at it. So, I have a clue. Anyway, my head just popped. Did you hear it? Oh, my goodness. But anyway, all this stuff that's been going on. So I want to be able to focus on this rare health condition and not have these other doctors trying to let me get some more tests done. Let me get more tests. And I've said that I went from, last year I was saying, yeah, but if I switch doctors and all that, and someone would say, well, if you switch doctors, you're going to have to start all over again with new doctors. Well, yeah, they were the ones who were benefiting, and that's why I think it was the insurance company that somebody had with it. I don't remember. I mean, it had to be. And that I had to start all over again. Well, it could be that, and I actually felt that way, that I wouldn't know if any of these other were going to be any better. But the thing about it is, what I'm seeing with with the insurance company, they have their own groups and everything. Not just in network, people who actually work through them, or partners or stuff like that. Oh, there's so many different ways, and they have so many different kinds here in Texas. I don't know about other places, but oh my goodness, networks or whatever they're called. I think they call them different things, even groups, networks, so on and so forth. But I'm going to try, because that was so ridiculous last year. And but anyway, the hip, my hip. I don't know what I did to it. I have no idea. It could have been any of these things. It could have been sitting in my car. It could have been, having to lay, noise, having to, lay down so much, and I couldn't sit up. I couldn't stand up. Couldn't walk around too much. Nobody really gave me any direction. But I hope this doctor, now that I need to see her again, and I just saw her. So it's too early, but I want to see her, or I'll text her. Can she refer me to any rehab? But she'll probably say that this other doctor has to do it, my specialist, the one that I actually think he's okay, but his staff has a bad reputation, and rightfully so. So I've already found out that to be true. So we'll see. We'll see if I figured it was going to be today, Monday. She called me. I think it was last Tuesday. This woman from the pharmaceutical company, and I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Tuesday, and said that to give her 3 business days. That would have been Friday to get it done. Well, I figured it was going to be probably Monday. Today's Monday. She hasn't called, and it's 2 minutes till 6 o'clock p.m. So we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to leave this here. More later.